rap album cover is making its way around social media. The cover shows pictures of men who have been murdered in Jacksonville. Local rapper KSOO posted the picture.
Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about none other than KSOO 23. Now, KSOO, for those of you who don't know, is a rapper from Jacksonville who's currently locked up in Duval County. Now, this dude was facing a murder charge, and man, it's looking all bad for KSOO because this story ain't gonna get no better as we go through this video. Now, KSOO has done some bold things in his hip-hop career. He most famously went out there and dropped a mixtape that showed his ops that had passed away on the cover of the mixtape. I mean, this was during the super duper hypeness of the drill era in Jacksonville, which is still going on to this day. Now, it's not at the same extremes as it was maybe like a year ago, but man, there's still stuff going down in the streets and things haven't changed much. Now, a lot of the people who were involved in a lot of things that went on maybe a year ago or 2 years ago have all seemed to have been getting locked up. I think the only people who are free that I can think of that are real prominent figures are Julio Foolio and Yungeen Ace. Now, Yungeen Ace and ATK, that's the side that KSOO was on, right? Now, KSOO got himself locked up, and there was a big story that should have dropped a couple of weeks ago about him coming home, but then, man, something happened just recently that led to him staying locked up, and it's looked like he's going to be fighting more cases than one. Now, do me a favor, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, man, let's talk about this KSOO situation and how bad it's getting for KSOO being locked up. Now, first off, before I get started, man, I want to give a shout out to somebody who left a comment that led to me going down the rabbit hole and deep diving on the information to bring this video. Now, there was a subscriber, or maybe just somebody who was writing in the comment section named Will B, and they basically said this right here. They said, hey, they added me and asked me to do a story about KSOO being booked for a murder that takes place about 2 years ago and has been an integral story in the drill movement or what's going down in Jacksonville, man. Now, before we get into all that, I would love for each and every one of you to make sure that you go and check out my Jacksonville versus Jacksonville video, and make sure that you check out my other videos about Jacksonville, like my video I did about KSOO and his father originally being locked up, and then the follow-up video about KSOO and him basically getting into it with some folks in jail, and the potential for his father, a lot of rumors about his father turning on him. Now, let's get to the latest updates about KSOO. Now, KSOO has been in the news a lot lately, man. Like I said before, did a couple videos. I had to even go back throughout the catalog to just look at everything that went down since him being locked up. And this thing is crazy because KSOO should be happy. Like, he should be in a situation where he's just about coming home because he actually got granted bond last month. Now, for the case involving him and his father, where it was alleged that him and his father had, taken place in a shooting or whatnot, he actually got some really good news, man. So around, I want to say it's like February 23rd, the paperwork dropped that, he got approved for bond. So he got a $1 million bail, right? Now, as soon as that news came out, I swear, man, people started saying, hey, man, KSOO's free. KSOO's about to be free. Now, I sat back and waited because I know sometimes these things could get sketchy, especially when it hasn't been officially certified, with the court and finalized and the person is not bonded out. But from the looks of it, everything was legit. If you look at the paperwork, you can see that there was a lot there that, that was facts. You had the fact that he was supposed to be on a monitor. You had the fact that he was going to be released to home. He had to make sure that he made Zoom calls every day, so that way he could communicate with the court and everything. And then it was going to be all good. And then just a couple of days ago, man, a bombshell dropped on KSOO. Man, he got hit with another murder case, man. Yes, and man, the crazy part about it is it's involving another associate of another rapper. So say there's a rapper from an associate of Julio Foolio's from Jacksonville by the name of Bibby. Now, Bibby lost his life, and it's a real sad story. It reminds me exactly of the story of Tuka in Chicago. It's like almost the same exact story, a real sad situation, right? Now, in this story, the young man lost his life, and I mean, it shocked the whole Jacksonville neighborhood where he's from, in Moncrief. A lot of people know that area. It's very popular in the music. Everybody knows the affiliations and the beef going on between the different sections. And he was aligned with Julio Foolio. Julio Foolio even did a song dedicated to Bibby, talking about Bibby's story or whatnot. And it has been like his ATK, his ops and all them, it's like been the number one person that they've dissed to get under the skin of Julio Foolio and all them. Like, they've used his name just a similar way that they've used Tuka's name in Chicago. And I hate to bring his name up because I know his mom went out and said people should stop saying it, but I just want to draw those comparisons so you guys who don't understand the Jacksonville hip hop scene get the association there, or see why this was so wrong and such a bad thing, right? Now, to be honest, man, KSOO was one of the loudest about that because he dropped a mixtape with everybody's face, including Bibby, on the cover, man. And it made the news or whatnot. And it seemed like KSOO was doing everything in this situation to get associated with this murder, man. And it's crazy because they even did like a justice march or something like that out in Jacksonville. So that way they could try to, find out who the killer was or who get some type of leads or something. And that still didn't stop the dissing or whatever on KSOO and them side. Now with KSOO's situation, it's kind of weird because now he has a different bond amount set. So it looks like even with the new charges, he was given bond. So now his bond is $3 million with this new case. And I mean, with those two bond amounts out there, I don't think he's going to be able to get free anytime soon. You know what I mean? That's a lot of money. That's a lot to put up. And he's already been having a tough time as it is, man. Because we did a story about his dad and his complaints in this situation. And it made it look like, man, his folks were turning against him. But that really might not be the case. It just looks like, man, there's a lot of weight and pressure on KSOO right now. And there's more evidence of that because recently in the case involving him and his dad, and I know these two cases are tough to keep up with for you guys. In the case involving him and his dad, the discovery is available for public use and public viewing, right? And in the discovery, you see all of the evidence and stuff that they have against KSOO, right? So you see that they have all their iPhones, man. They have they have his iPhone. They had his dad's iPhone. That goes to show, man, there used to be a rumor out there that having an iPhone was safe no matter what and people couldn't get into it or whatever. Yeah, right, man. You could tell just from this that the iPhone was one of the main things that they're actually using in the court case against these cats. So, man, ain't no cell phone safe for anything, man. I don't know where people get those rumors from. I remember that used to be floating online. But nah, man, it's just, man, once you're dealing with technology, everything that's on that thing is up for debate or whatever, man. It can be used against you. Now, to be honest, with all this latest information and with this case against KSOO, it looks like, man, this is going to be I don't know, man. I can't say it's going to be all bad because I can't say that he officially did it. Just because he's charged doesn't mean that he did it. But this definitely makes his fight to get free and get back to rapping that much harder. Now, what do you guys think? Do you think it's long overdue that KSOO was added to the investigation or maybe even charged in the crime in this murder of Bibby? Or do you feel that maybe they're just adding this additional charge just to give him a little bit more pressure and to make him actually fold in the other case if possible? Now, this has been, man, a lot of information. Hopefully, man, you guys can tell me in the comments if it made a lot of sense to you or how you feel about this whole situation since it's involving some cases that took place a while ago, maybe even 2 years ago. Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.